up, good people? And welcome to another episode of This Is Dope. Before I get going, I just want to start everything off by saying Happy New Year to everyone out there. Definitely hoping everyone has a great and prosperous 2021. I know 2020 was a bit of a, excuse my language, was a bit of a, I'm not going to cuss. It was a special kind of year. I'll just leave it at that. 2020 was definitely a special kind of year. Do really hope 2021 is better. I think it will be. And hopefully everybody, prospers and enjoys it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the content of this video. Today's video is going to be about AirPods Max. I know that was my last video, as you know. It's probably a few weeks ago. This video is more along the lines of, having lived with it for a few weeks, taken a road trip with it, really worn it around the house, utilized it, incorporated it into my everyday life. The things I like about it, the things that don't bother me as much but are still kind of stupid, and the things that I love about it, really, right? There's some things I love, some things I don't like, some things that are stupid but don't really bother me that much. So, first, to the things, let's get the things I don't like about this out the way, right? And here they are, okay? First, one of the main things I don't like about this is really, I would just say really the way they were designed, right? And hold with me for a second. The way they were designed, right? Obviously, the build quality is great. Build quality is great. I love the build quality. I love the different colors that Apple has offered, right? I would love for these things to be able to fold. A la your Bose headsets, some of your other headsets. I mean, I wish these things would just fold in. They don't fold in this way, don't fold in that way. They don't fold down at all, right? Which isn't a huge deal because I put them in this case that I will get to later on. And then I carry them in my, I still carry my Waterfield stutter sling for the 12.9. Slide them in here. As you guys can see, I have a little gear pouch in here down at the bottom. Slide them in here. They don't take up too much room. Slide my iPad Pro right here. It's not that big a deal. However, I would love to be able to, have these even smaller, fold down even smaller. That would be great. Another thing that I wish that these were sweat or water resistant. I mean, the AirPods Pros are much cheaper. These don't have any water resistant or like rating or anything like that, right? Not that I want to be jogging in these all the time or anything like that, but if it came down to it, I want the ability to be able to, for $550, I think that's something that they definitely could have incorporated or made happen, just to be perfectly honest with you, right? I would say that. I also would say the ability to, I like it that you can put these on and take them off and they pause, but I'm used to wearing my headphones like this, right? I wear my headphones, they're over my ear, yada, 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 right? And then I can do this sometimes when I just want to, not necessarily have the headphones on, and still listen to whatever it is I'm listening to, right? But I do this though, however, it automatically pauses anything that I'm doing, music shuts off, whatever. However brief I do it, whether it's for a second, a millisecond, or an extended period of time. I would like for it to, and I know this is a setting in the phone that you can, in the Bluetooth settings, I believe, where you can manipulate this. However, it's an all or nothing deal, right? So I wish there's a little bit more granular control over that. Those are really the only major, complaints that I've noticed so far, right? It's inconvenient to me and how I would like to use these. I definitely think that there's some other improvements that can be made, but the way they are currently designed, those are the things that I currently notice that I find myself repeatedly saying, "Man, I wish they would change this." So now let's get to the things that are annoying but not deal breakers, right? The things that are stupid but don't really affect me so much. The first thing being this really stupid case. This case is pretty goofy. It just looks goofy. I believe the person that was designed this probably was a little high at the time, because this doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't. It's not overly annoying because as I stated earlier, as I showed you earlier, I carry these things in my backpack. I'm not the guy to carry my headphones around, yada yada yada. Occasionally, I'll have them on my head like this, which, obviously the case doesn't come into play. So if they're not like this, or I'm actually wearing them, then they're in a case in my bag, and it's not that big a deal, right? The other thing that I would say that's really annoying, and I know it will get fixed. I know there's an adapter for it, but the fact that there's no 3.5 millimeter jack on the bottom of this, right? I know I can buy a little goofy adapter and plug it into wherever I need to plug it into, but it would have been nice to have that included and not have to spend extra money for it, right? It's not that big a deal right now because no one's really flying. I'm not flying, but eventually, God willing, COVID will be, I don't want to say gone, but under control, right? And things will come back to a semblance of normalcy. A lot more flights will be taking place. The conferences I normally go to will open back up, so forth and so on, right? And at that particular point, when I'm on the plane, I won't be able to plug these in. I don't want to use the airplane headphones. I pay too much money for these. I know I can buy the adapter, but I shouldn't have to. I would say the other thing that is annoying me, and I get it, it's eco-friendly move. These things didn't come with a power adapter. I buy a lot of Apple products. I bought a lot of Apple products recently. I bought the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I bought this. I bought my new Apple Watch. And none of them came with power bricks. So while I might have had power bricks before that came with it, guess what? Now I'm running low on the extra power bricks. So that is a big annoyance. Not a deal breaker, but an annoyance, right? So now let's get to some of the things that I love about this, right? I initially thought that this material, this color, this white on top of here would be an annoyance. This is actually pretty awesome. I like the color scheme. Color scheme is great. The material is resilient, easy to wipe off, easy to clean. I haven't had any issues. I haven't encountered any scratches on the ear cups themselves yet. Once again, I do always keep them in there if they're not on my head or on my ears. That was a pleasant surprise. That is something I really do like about this. The color scheme is great. One of the other things I like about it, it's a bit of an annoyance, but I know it'll eventually be something I love. It's an annoyance because the separate ear cups, you can't purchase them yet. It's not available. But when you can, I definitely plan to mix and match. I already have a color scheme planned out. I think will look dope. The ability to go ahead and, magnetically remove these things and swap them out, I think is awesome. It is really game changing. I'm a really big fan of that. Another big thing I am really a fan of that's come in handy tremendously, especially, just when I'm transitioning from one thing to the next while I'm using these headphones, is the automatic switching. It's been working very well for me. Switching between my iPad, which I use for work, and personal stuff sometimes, being able to go ahead and seamlessly transition that to my iPhone to listen to music, to be able to kind of transition that over to my Apple TV when I'm wanting to watch TV without disturbing anyone. So the seamless transition between devices, I think, is dope. And it really kind of adds to the user experience, as well as the placement of these buttons, right? the buttons, the digital crown and the noise cancellation button are well placed. I mean, everything's, on this side. I don't have to worry about trying to manipulate the touch controls to swipe forward the right way or swipe back the right way. Apparently, I'm not coordinated enough to do that consistently, because I always had issues with that. But being able to kind of just push on the crown, get that technical feedback, and then being able to, twirl it to turn up the volume, spin it to turn up the volume up and down, and then also being able to turn noise canceling on and off via the button right next to it. Super convenient. One of the things I really, really love. It's very intuitive. There's really no learning curve. It's something you kind of get used to right out of the gate, right? Another thing that really resonated with me is really just the sound quality in these headphones, right? I can't emphasize that enough. I'm not an audiophile, but I do listen to a few different genres of music, or a few different types of music, right? I have massive playlists that I put together, right? So I'm an old school hip hop head, right? So sometimes, I want to listen to some 90s hip hop, some late 80s, 90s, early 2000s hip hop, right? Which has a different kind of, boom bap type sound to it, right? Which really hits in these very well, but very clear, right? Then other times I want to listen to some jazz. I want to listen to some jazz, some neo soul, right? So my cooling out playlist, right? Sit back on the back porch. I'm in a cigar, so I smoke a cigar. Get me an adult beverage, throw the headphones on. I'm zoning, and they sound great in here, right? They sound really, really great. And then have other times where I'm 90s, 2000s R&B guy, right? You guys can't tell, I'm kind of an old dude. I grew up in the 90s and really early 20s and the 2000s, so that's kind of my pocket, right? All those things sound great, right? Sound great in these headphones, as well as even just listening to YouTube videos, podcasts, the versatility of the things that I listen to. None of those are a problem with these headphones, right? I listen to a lot of different things, but none of the different, I don't know what the audio file term is, but none of the different, I guess, sound profiles seem to give this thing a problem. They all sound great, which I think is awesome. And just really the ease to which you can pair these initially out of the box, I think that was pretty dope. So, that's really about it, guys. I just kind of wanted to, let you guys know my thoughts after sitting with these things for a few weeks, really kind of integrating them into my day-to-day life. Really just putting them through their paces, just to be honest with you. I can definitely say it's $550 well spent for me, right? I don't think I overpaid. I definitely think I get the use out of them. The one other feature I almost forgot, the noise canceling is nuts. Noise canceling is insane, right? When I want to block out the world, I turn the noise canceling on. Whether it's, I've used these in a myriad of situations, noise canceling in a myriad of situations. Whether I need to focus study, whether I need to block out snoring, whether I needed to, or just really just kind of zone out, just zone out, not necessarily put the, any music on, but just really just kind of focus on something and not having the distractions. It's worked great. And then on the flip side of that, putting transparent mode in, I feel like I have putting transparent mode on, in some instances I feel like I have bionic ears, right? I hear every freaking thing, which is absolutely insane. So, but that really truly is it, guys. I definitely am impressed with these headphones. Definitely think they were well worth the money. Really can't wait to see what improvements Apple makes on the products. Apple, Stop playing. Go ahead and make those extra ear cups available for sale. Stop playing. Also, this maybe goes under the gripe section of this. Go ahead and make these things USB-C. Come on, man. Nobody else is using Lightning. USB-C for this and the iPhone. Come on. Stop playing. You're the guy. You guys are the ones who put USB-C on their laptops first, or the first ones I saw. But I'm not going to go into that rant. Hopefully you guys found this very, very informative, or at least, gave you some insight into what it's like using these things. Hopefully, once again, like I said before, have a great, great year. 2020 is behind us. Let's start off 2021 fresh. Let everybody communicate with each other. Everybody, listen to each other. All this craziness is happening. We can all get through this. We all kind of just, put our heads down and keep it moving. So, with that being said, hopefully you have a great rest of your week, wonderful rest of your day, and I'm out.